Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skyazrael.com. It's Sunday morning. You know what we're going to do? A study group for warriors. Let's get ready. Let's get into it. If you're unfamiliar with the channel, every Sunday I do a study group for my hardcore heads, and I go over between 5 or 8, depending on how much time we have, different topics, and I hash them out from my perspective. You guys can think about them for your day through your own perspective. Let's just get into it because I got a lot to talk about. I'm going to breeze through some of these. The first couple are easy and then they get harder as we go. Never get stuck between tyranny and starvation, right? Never get stuck between tyranny and starvation. That's your job. Get stuck between your boss and your need for survival, your desperation. Your starvation isn't just basic survival. That's your desperate need for survival, your desperation. When you're starving, you're desperate. When you're starving, you're not just a little bit hungry. You're not like, I guess I should get some food. It's probably about lunchtime. When you're starving, you're already in this fearful, anxious mode. You're already running from death when you're starving. I don't know if any of you ever been starving before. I have. I know what it's like to be malnourished for years and years on end. I survived with one meal a day for many, many years, and that one meal was not nutritious. Be a frozen burrito, a pack of ramen. You never want to be so desperate with your survival that you put up with tyranny, that you put up with some dickhead boss because you need that job. Fuck that job, fuck that motherfucker. Get better at survival. Let's move on to the next one. I thought this was an interesting quote. I wrote this down. It's rather controversial, and some of you aren't going to agree with it. I didn't agree with it when I first wrote it down, and as I've been thinking about it for the last day, I agree with it now. I do. I could make a whole video about this one topic. Maybe I should. Watching porn when you're in a relationship is infidelity. Watching pornography when you're married or when you're in a love relationship with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever. When you're watching porn and you're in that relationship, it is cheating. You're cheating on that person by watching that porn. It's immoral. It's unhealthy. It's not right. You have a secret little fantasy fetish life that you're hiding from your partner. Would that pornography be something that you would share? All this teenage daughter porn that you guys watch. Would you share that incest anal rape that you watch? Would you share that with your wife? Look, baby, look what I'm jacking off to when you're not around. This is my fantasies. Of course you wouldn't share it. Stop watching that shit. Clean up. Let's go over some 3 masculine values of giving. I know I'm breezing through these quick. I just want to get to some of this other stuff. Here's 3 values of masculinity. Values of giving. These are specifically values of giving. One masculine value that men have is caring. Men are caring. A masculine man is caring. Masculinity isn't cold and heartless. It's the opposite of that. It's caring. Masculinity is generous. A masculine man, a real man, a man's man, is generous, has generosity. And masculinity, a masculine man is charitable. There's all kinds of ways to get involved with charity. You don't have to always just give to Tunnel to Towers or whoever. You can get involved in charity directly. That's what I like to do. I like to be involved in helping others that need help directly. But I'm not against giving to charities. A lot of people do that. And a lot of these charities, some of them, I should get into a whole video about charities, and I know a lot about charities. It's a topic that I've studied about for years. Many of them are fucked up, especially some of these biker ones. You want me to do a video about bad bikers against drunk drivers and this motherfucker? Let's get into some of these more heavy-duty topics that I wrote down, and these next 5 are going to be hard. So let's just bust these out. Let's see if we can get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is generational blessings. You've heard me talk about generational curses. We know about generational curses. When I talk about generational curses, people relate to it. I think we all kind of have this generational curse that we're running from. But you also have generational blessings. Sure, you have fucked up shit that was passed down to you. Genetic predispositions, behaviors that you inherited, that were taught to you, forced upon you, traumas that were, stuff that was done to you. Your generational blessings are those traits you share with your ancestry that are positive. For example, I'm a fighter. My father was a fighter. That's been a very positive quality for me, to have that spark, that fire in me. I'm a fighter. When you need a battle to be fought, I'm the guy that you come and get. That comes from my father. That's a blessing. There's a lot of people, I used to think it was a curse. It's funny, I was talking with a therapist about this more than 20 years ago, and he was just like, man, you think that's something to be ashamed of, that you're a fighter, that you have that spark in you? There's so many men. He's like, I talk to men all day long who are emasculated losers, who sit there and whine like little bitches. Be happy. You just need to control this shit. Be happy that you have this ability. That's a superpower compared to most motherfuckers. So that's just one example of a generational blessing, and you can be proud of that blessing. See, this is how you get on top of your life. You count up your generational blessings. You combine those blessings that you were given, those natural inherent talents that you were born with, and you combine those with the good qualities that you have worked on, struggled with, and created for yourself, because we're all individuals. And even if you are taught by your parents, trained by schools and coaches and mentors, you have an individuality that's unique to you, your own perspective. So to break the generational curses, because we have generational curses, how do you break the generational curse? You break the generational curse by combining your generational blessings with your own good qualities. Those two things mixed together are more powerful than the generational curses. Let's move on to the next one. Some of you will get it, some of you won't. I'm going to talk about kings. Let's talk about kings. Only be bothered by problems of kings. Too many people are bothered by problems of peasants. When I say peasants, I'm not just picking on poor people. I'm talking about a peasant mentality. This trailer trash bullshit. All that bullshit ass drama that you fucking live. You know what it is. All those stupid ass bullshit problems that you pay attention to, that makes you a fucking peasant. So many motherfuckers walk around trying to act like they're kings when they're just focused on problems of peasants. If you want to be a king, you got to start focused on the problems of kings. Think about king shit. What do kings think about? Do kings think about what Veronica said? Little petty ass bullshit? No. Kings aren't focused on that kind of weakness. Think about king shit. King shit is thinking about property, thinking about helping people, thinking about long-term prosperity, thinking about finance, thinking about bigger picture issues, larger goals that help your life. Think about king stuff and let all the peasant shit go under the bridge. It's just gone. Fuck it. You don't even bother with that stuff because you're not a peasant. You're a king. Let's move on to the next one, but these are all going to be somewhat related. People talk about success while thinking about survival. Let me say that one again, some of you aren't with it. People talk about success while spending all their time thinking about survival. How do you plan to be successful if you're stuck in survival mode? Successful people aren't stuck in this weakness of survival mode. Survival mode, that's a legion of followers. If you're in survival mode, you're a follower. You're just looking to follow others, to find a glass of water and a plate of food, to get help. Survival mode is looking for help. You're always looking for some sort of way to just simply last the day. Survival mode is thinking about, how can I just make it to the end of the day? That's a survival mode. The short-term, narrow focus. Leaders think about success. They think about the bigger picture. You, as the lowest worker in the factory, all you're thinking about is your lunch break. All you're thinking about is you. The boss is thinking about everybody in the room, everybody in the building. This is why some bosses may feel hard to approach, because they're trying to think about 100 people, 1,000 people, when you're just focusing on me. You'll never be successful in life as long as you're stuck in survival mode. Let's go on to the next one. Continually upgrade your structure. You know, like a bridge. You want to continually upgrade your structure. A bridge that has been maintained and upgraded properly lasts the longest. May last forever. But then when infrastructure is falling apart, when it's not attended to, when there's poor maintenance and there's things that need to be fixed that are ignored, that bridge obviously falls apart. It's no longer useful in the long run. What we're talking about is serving other people. When you're strong enough, you can serve others properly. You can help others. Strong leaders, strong kings help others. Weak little bitch motherfuckers just sit there and worry all the time about helping themselves. And oddly enough, when you're just stuck in that kind of survival mode of only thinking about yourself, you really don't have a long life. Those types of survivors don't last long. They burn out quick. Here's the last one. Yeah, this is the last one. And we're still talking about survivalists. Survival. These survivalists, they always go it alone, right? That's kind of the image of a survivalist. When we think of some survivalist, we think of a Daniel Boone motherfucker out in the woods alone, intentionally alone. The survivalist will always leave a group of people because he feels like he can survive better alone. I just do better alone. You people are bringing me down. The survivalist, these people that are lost in survival mode, they always have trust issues. The trust issue is the mentality of the peasant. See how we're still talking about the same thing. The trust issues. All you guys out there with trust issues, trust no one. You think that that's some sort of tough guy statement. It makes you such a weak little bitch. It makes you a follower. It makes you a weakling lost in your survival. It's the mentality of the peasant. You survivalists you're like a one-man band. Have you ever seen a good one-man band? Actually, I probably shouldn't ask that question, because Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails was a one-man band, and so was Prince. So some of these guys exist. But I've seen Prince in concert, and I've seen Nine Inch Nails in concert, and these guys have musicians on stage with them. Nobody's up there with a good concert on their pogo stick playing drums and all. You know, you've seen some of these idiots, they try to be a fucking one-man band. It sucks. You need people. You need to start thinking about other people. Kings think about other people. Little losers, little followers, little peasants are only thinking about themselves. Let's just leave it there. I have more to go on this, but this is getting long. Have a good Sunday, guys.